Welcome to everybody for today's special Christmas edit. Christmas is traditionally a time where, we start feeling it in the air very early, and everyone's super excited. Of course, during this pandemic, we're all doing a much smaller, intimate celebration. But that doesn't stop us from making our homes and personal spaces very festive. So we decided to reach out to Aparna again, and thank you so much for returning on the show, Aparna, and check in with her on what we can do for Christmas and how we can style our spaces to make them festive. So over to you, Aparna.
Thank you, Divya. Welcome back, everybody, and thanks, Divya, for having me again. Um, I'm so excited to actually share what I've been up to in the last few weeks. Um, I've actually set up a dessert table for Christmas, and since the theme was sparkle styling, um, here we go. We have sparkles everywhere. So let me walk you through, first of all, how I went about creating this sort of magic winterland, which is about sweet treats and about having fun with family, about um, reminiscing about old memories. I grew up in Switzerland, and I really wanted to recreate um, snow. I wanted to recreate some sort of magic, the lights that you see, and especially in Europe during Christmas time. It's like their Diwali. Um, and I wanted to be able to create that in my own home, since in these days we can only meet with a very, very small bubble of our own. And typically that's just your family and your very, very, very core friends. So I'll start by saying that I made this beautiful tablecloth, which I have designed myself. It's got very intricate bridal lace, and anyone can use this idea. You can put a white tablecloth on your dining table, and then you can start layering it. So,
Right. So, Aparna, there's a comment coming in from the audience. Lata saying, "What a fantastic table and goodies. I hope we are all invited."
Absolutely. Post COVID, we will have a big bash, especially when the vaccine is out.
And how do we go if someone's interested to purchase this tablecloth? How do we go about that?
I think just DM me on Aparna Chand or at Serigold Styling, and I will direct you how to go about it. So this is all on pre-order basis. Everything will be ready before Christmas time or any festivity that you have planned in the next month up to New Year's. So coming back,
Fantastic.
Yes, decided to stick with crystal. I really wanted to recreate the magic of Christmas by having as much crystal as possible, because it reminds me of snowflakes, it reminds me of ice. So that's the reason I have a lot of crystal on the table today. I bought these two beauties about 2 years ago when all my stuff was packed and I couldn't put up my Christmas tree like I normally do. And as you know, for the old viewers, I love to play with different layers and different heights. So this table setting actually can be used either for a sit-down dinner or a buffet. The way I set it up today is for dessert, since that's the favorite part of my meal. So getting back to these, I layered these right in the center. I put these two leatherite silver mats, again to remind me of Christmas and silver snowflakes. Then in the middle, I just put a vase, a crystal vase that I had, and I layered it with potpourri, which is Christmas potpourri, and some lights, Christmas lights. Moving on to this side of the table, I have beautiful cupcakes, and I will tell you soon about who's made them.
They look so delicious.
They are absolutely delicious. I cannot tell you more about this wonderful baker that I have discovered 2 years ago, and I introduced her to our family. These are vanilla cupcakes and chocolate cupcakes. So whether it's a grown-up or a kid, they can both enjoy it. And we have 3 different types of designs, but she can make anything you like. So snowflakes, mistletoe, the star that goes on top of the Christmas tree, and I can't wait to eat them after this styling. I also have a log here, which reminds me of Switzerland and the beautiful trees there. And she specifically came up with this for the styling, so I'm very grateful to her. This is Riddhi Serigold, and she's done this for me and the cupcakes. And these beautiful little fragrant Christmas melts are done by Mia, candles and fragrances, just to add that touch of Christmas. So she's used 3 different colors, and she's making absolutely wonderful, wonderful products for Christmas. So I also have some of them here to introduce these fragrances into the room.
Beautiful. We must tag that after the chat in the post. You mentioned Riddhi, Sehgal and Mia.
Yeah. Mia candles and fragrances. And on
Mia
this
candles.
side, I have put, again, sweet treats. So these are cookies, 2 different types, again by Riddhi. She went ahead and did her own, because she knows my daughter's favorite color is pink. She went ahead and made all the pastel colors because that's what my daughter really loves. And this is actually a cake tray on which I've put the gingerbread men around it, in this case, gingerbread girls, and just put a little candle votive in here. These are Christmas potpourri, again by Mia. So you have all the Christmas scents again. So this is absolutely, absolutely wonderful. I highly recommend this. And on this side of the table, I've got a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer candle. It is absolutely wonderfully fragrant. This table was created for family. So I have 2 children and I wanted them to feel that it's for them. That is why you see a lot of things which are reminiscent of the nursery rhymes and the stories that go around Christmas. As you see here, while I'm talking about this, I've placed this on a cheese platter that I've already covered, okay? Just to give it a little bit of height, and also to give it a little contrast with the white candle and the white tablecloth. And this heart is actually a very sweet memory of my husband and I going to Cabo together when we were about to have our first child. It was our baby moon. So again, a little memory, a little story about how you can bring in your everyday objects and put them onto your table and think about all those wonderful trips that you've been on, but at the same time celebrate togetherness right now and appreciate that we have everybody with us today.
Right.
Here I've styled just my candy jar, and our family actually doesn't eat candy cane, and we really love the Indian toffees. So we have a mixture of eclairs and almond rocks for adults, and so it's a mix and match of different candy that our home loves. I personally love the Melody coffee ones as well, so I've thrown some in there. If you can notice, across the seating, if you were to actually sit down, I've kept the table setting low so you can actually talk to each other while you're sitting down. And if you were to actually put your savory items and have a sit-down dinner or a lunch, you can replace all these sweet treats by your savory items. I also want to talk about these little lanterns. These are easily available. I found a way to pair these to just bring in the red, since the background is white. So think of being on a mountain or a Christmas winter where you have snow on the ground, but then you have pops of color on top. And I want to take you quickly to the table setting, the place setting.
Okay. So Ishan from our audience is saying hi, Aparna.
Hi Ishan, how are you? Thank you for joining. It means a lot. I want to focus on this one, for example. This is also a napkin that I've designed with lace, and it's white, and this represents for me little snowflakes. And on top, the Christmas ornament is been done by my little 3.5-year-old. So these are available easily on Amazon. We just painted them and put her art and crafts on it. This is actually a dessert spoon, since it's a dessert table. And I've wrapped it around and just snuck it underneath. Um, so this was one
Almost
look.
looks like a Christmas tree. Surbi saying how beautiful.
Thank you. So yes, the idea is that since it's Christmas, you fold your napkin like a Christmas tree. You can use any napkin, whatever you have at home. You don't have to buy anything special for Christmas. You can take your own tablecloth and just recreate this magic by doing this at home if you want to. And here, I've just used a Christmas ornament to just give it a little um, lift in the middle. And it's also because Olaf was one of my daughter's favorite characters in the movie, so we had to kind of bring in Olaf somehow.
Right.
Moving on to the next one, I followed the similar concept, but here again, these are all DIY things that you can do with your kids. We spray painted this one, the star. We put little stickers on them, and same thing with the dessert spoon, and I put a little toffee on there. That was my own Christmas ornament from a while ago. My son loves blue, so he wanted a very plain and simple blue one. So my daughter actually did this one where she wrapped around the silver. These are actually pipe cleaners. These are just glitter pipe cleaners. Same concept. We painted these and then we wrapped these up and we placed them. So I actually followed what the place settings that my family normally does, where my son sits. And for my daughter, this was the first one she did and she loved it. So this is why hers has this one. She chose the red color, and then we just put a couple of Christmas, it's pretty easy. Just stick them in there. You can buy them anywhere.
Yep.
And here she did not want a wrapping around her spoon. She said she doesn't want the spoon to feel different. So I left it at that. Her favorite color is pink, and that's why she has a little dragonfly there. So everybody, each person got a little dragonfly, a little lantern, and these are little note card holders. So I will be writing little notes for everyone later about what Christmas is all about and little special messages for them and putting them in there. Right. This one is again something that I actually made this one. It's supposed to represent a little candle, a little light, and on top of the Christmas tree. Same concept here and wrapped it in a different color.
Lots of comments coming in. Ishan is saying gold, red, and white is looking very elegant. Viv is saying table setup is awesome, especially the Christmas tree napkin fold. Avni is saying very interesting napkin folds and lovely table setting. Saurabh has a question. He's saying, where's Rudolph? And
I will show you another version of Rudolph right now.
Yeah.
So this particular table, this one is again something she did, and cupcake, because I love cupcakes and that. And since there was a question on Rudolph, here is my little creation also. So I have these are these test tube vases, and I really wanted to have sort of a little Christmas snowflake, but in like small little pearl format. So I decided that rather than putting flowers in this, I just fill them up with art and craft pearls. And then this is the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer part of it, really. Yeah. You can actually do this.
How cute.
These are little pom-poms, again, from my daughter's art and craft kit. And we put red and green since it's Christmas. I love this. And my favorite part of this table is the Christmas lights in front.
Oh, wow, that's gorgeous. So these are underneath the table?
No. So the way I've done this is I've actually given one stitch onto the lights, and then we hook them into the mains. And they actually have different settings. So it's this is the sparkle element, and I can't wait to post the night look on this because they're going to look very different at night. So these are also available online, but if you want a more reasonable and tried and tested way of doing it, then you should order them through me. I bought 2 of these, and they are on either side of my table. They're 2.5 meters long, and they have 12 stars, some big and some small, and they are in different heights.
Okay.
And let me take you to one of the glasses here.
So there's a question coming in, Aparna. How much green, in terms of color, how much of green should we have to balance the look? Because it's a lot of red, white, gold. How are you playing around with the green to balance it?
So the green, my plates are actually have a little green.
Right.
So that's where I brought in the green. I actually was going more with my own intuition this year. I didn't want to do so much green as such. That's why I focused on this, and I put these little glitter Christmas trees to bring in some green.
Right.
And what you can do to bring in the green is you can either put the sashes, which are green in color, or you can put fresh green flowers and intersperse them around your table. So if you want to add more green, you can easily do that.
Right.
And then there's also these little candles by Mia. If you want to add more green, you can order through her and add as many as you like.
Right. There's some good tips there. Akash is saying the table decorations are looking beautiful. Thank you, Akash.
Let me get back to the table
The
setting.
glass.
Christmas is all about celebrating, and these beautiful white wine goblets or gin goblets are basically from this company called InHouseBarWare, and they have a brand new line for Christmas as well. I just wanted to get something neutral for the styling because it goes with everything, but I just added a little hint of gold. This is actually a napkin ring. Here, if you notice, at the lower level, I've actually put 3 of my own napkin rings and put a Christmas ornament on top of it. These are all things that I owned. I have not bought anything new for this styling. So just, you put the 3 napkin rings together and you just place it on top. And if it's a different size, you can move the napkin ring closer or not. So you intersperse them into 3 concentric circles. And I've done the same thing here. I had only 6 of these because earlier we used to have only a dining table for 6 people. And so here I've given it a little height. I've just put a little candle water which is silver and just again done the same thing. I like symmetry, so I try to bring it in wherever I can. I've also put a lot of pine cones. These are available online, but we spray painted these ourselves in hues of gold, bronze, and silver as well. And the rest of the look has been completed by just putting together a few Christmas ornaments that you have or favorite things that you want. Since it's Serigold and my logo has a butterfly on it, of course we have
Yes.
a butterfly. And this is my place seating, so that's why it's right in front of it. Let me now take you also to the console table. I've done something very simple here. Since this is all white with red, I've inverted it. I've used a table runner which I had, a red table runner which has got silver and gold in it. And Poinsettia is a very, very traditionally Christmas plant. That's why I have just put the plant in a glass vase. Normally I use this for potpourri, but I've gone ahead and just replaced that with plants today. Just add a hint. Now you can also play with these plants. You can in fact use them in your table decor also in the middle. As much as you want. And I have paired everything was crystal here. I also want to talk for a second about this product by Little Jars of Happiness. Christmas in Switzerland was very special also because all the small towns had their own version of mulled wine. And Kaveri has been amazing with this product. It is absolutely delicious. It's called a mulling syrup. And you heat it up, you mix it in red wine, and voila, it's all ready to go.
We're definitely going to tag that. I'm sure a lot of
There's
people would love
also
to enjoy mulled wine.
this jar of tiramisu. I love tiramisu. It's one of my favorite desserts. In Switzerland, we tried and tested, I think, every Italian restaurant's tiramisu. And I finally concluded, not because she's my mom, but that her tiramisu was the best. And she actually used to make it without alcohol for us. This one has alcohol. And I think for Saurabh and other viewers who love alcohol, this will be a very, very good dessert to have. I also want to talk about Kaveri's Little Jars of Happiness because dessert makes everybody happy. And this has been the most amazing set of cookies that we've baked. And I can't tell you, there was such a super hit with the entire family that we decided to get yet another jar. And now we're going to be baking a fresh batch today. So you might see a little post later today about all of us just devouring all these goodies. She packages them beautifully with just, you know, M&Ms and this little Christmas ribbon. It's just really, really wonderful. I also want to show you Mia's little gingerbread man candle. It smells of cinnamon and gingerbread man has now run away and been gobbled up by the fox, hence he's melted. But again, extremely fragrant and absolutely wonderful to have.
Yeah, looks lovely. Aparna, do we have time? If you can maybe show us how to do that napkin fold. We're getting a request for that.
Sure. Let's do it. I'm gonna take apart this one.
Right.
So I'm unraveling it first. You're gonna see the reverse engineering part of it, I guess.
Right.
It's actually one of the simplest folds I've done. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
You fold the napkin first in half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you fold it again. Try to make sure you align everything so that there are no gaps anywhere. And then what you do is you start layering it. You just fold this one end up, pat it down. You fold the second one up, pat it down a little lower. You do the third one, since there are 4 corners, and the fourth one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the first sort of bit that you need to do. And I like to try and make it as even as possible.
Right.
Even if it's not perfect, don't stress over it. It's all right. Then you flip this over.
Mm-hmm.
And you give it a hug. This is what I call a hug.
Okay.
So you hug one end, okay, onto the other side. And this is important, otherwise you won't get the Christmas tree at the top and wide at the bottom. So hug it across diagonally, almost like a cone shape. Hold it and flip it over. And just start flipping over these edges. And tuck the second one into the first one, the third one into the second one. And then you have a choice. You can either tuck this back in to this pocket, or if you want to give it another little layer, you can do that. You can make the Christmas tree narrower or wider based on where you're placing it. If it's on a dessert plate or on the side, how you want to do it, based on how tightly you fold things. If you give it a tighter hug, then it'll be a leaner Christmas tree. And if you give it lesser hug, it'll be a nice fat Christmas tree, especially after eating all the desserts.
Yeah.
So it'll be a nice, merry, jolly Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So all I did, these are again those very easy to use pipe cleaners. They're available at most stationery stores. You don't have to do much there, just very easy. And then you wrap another one around your little dessert spoon, and you have a choice again where you want to stick it in, depending on how you want to show like a 3D effect on your tree or just a simple 2D effect. That's your choice. And then based on your color configuration, if you have a red napkin, you can dress it up with white and silver ornaments or white ornaments to contrast it. If you have a white napkin and you want to add a little color, you can place a Christmas ornament or a toffee, whatever you feel like, really. And that's it. That's how you do it. It's that simple.
That's amazing, Aparna. So simple, but looks so nice. And easy to do at home.
Very easy to do at home. You don't need a tutorial. You don't need anything else. It's very, very easy to do. The whole idea of doing this styling was to inspire my friends, family, and viewers to be able to take whatever they have at home and recreate the magic the way they want to. And one styling tip, which is very important that I will give, is first think about which color palette is appealing to you. If you want to do a white variation, you can replace this entire thing and do it all in crystalline white and silver, and that's it. If you want to do a more green look, you can even buy paper napkins, which are green. But I like to use cloth napkins because I don't want to cut down trees really. So I've stuck to my white ones. But you can add plants, you can add green leaves. You don't have to buy a little Christmas tree if you don't have the time or you don't have resources to do that, like a driver to go and pick it up for you, for example. You can just use a little bit of creativity, a little bit of your own sparkle, a little bit of your own magic to do this. I have recommended brands which I absolutely admire. They are all by women. They have all recreated themselves in this environment, and that is why I have chosen to partner with them for this styling. And yeah, if there's any more questions, I'm happy to take them post the styling session. Feel free to drop me a message or WhatsApp me, and I can help you with your styling at home, with whatever you have at home. Yeah, and whatever look you want to create at home. Whether it's a white Christmas, a multicolored Christmas, a red and white look, or a gold, white, and silver look, it's really, really up to you. I've just given you a few tips, a few pointers on how to put it together. If you're someone who doesn't like heights while you're sitting, it's pretty easy. Just pick these up and put them somewhere else and replace that with food. This whole thing took me about half an hour.
Half an hour.
That's it.
That's it.
So I think what takes the longest is the napkin folding, because the first few times you may struggle a little bit. If you're an origami expert, it'll be very easy. If you are an origami fan, you can replace any of these things and do it with your kids, or if you just want to do it yourself, any of these Christmas ornaments can be made in origami style as well. You can also place flowers if you want flowers and make them look like Christmas ornaments, if that's what's up your alley. Lean on this, but you can even create a look by placing this right in the middle, or just do a whole row of them, and that's it. You just need depending on the size of your table, you can just get 2 or 3 of these plants. They're easily available at most nurseries now. Um, so yeah, first think about what you want. And don't feel the pressure to only do Western desserts.
Right.
If that's what your family loves, sure. I belong to one of those families where they don't eat Indian sweets except for me. So I've decided that when I actually invite my family over, I'm actually going to introduce gajar ka halwa with ice cream on top and shimmery decoration on top as one of the desserts because that's what I love. And actually, my mom told me this recently. She said, "Why don't you pair the two together, Aparna? You love ice cream and you love gajar ka halwa, and it's in season right now." So yeah, I'm going to be sharing a few more tips this week about what kind of desserts you can add, what kind of savory items you should have in your menu as well. I will be making a few of those myself, and I will also recommend tomorrow, in fact, which patisserie you should go to if you want to order mince pies or if you want to make a really delicious potato salad. I can share my own secret recipe, which I don't share very easily unless you're in my good books. I'm just kidding. Um, so yeah, it's these are the whole idea is that we all are busy. We want to do things quickly. I can't do any recipe which is 15 steps long. It just doesn't work for me. So yeah, look out for all that stuff and look out for two very interesting things at the end of this week. One is Riddhi will be launching her full Christmas menu this week, and she has some really, really interesting things that you haven't even thought of. Secondly, Kaveri will also be releasing her Christmas menu, and she has something on her menu which you will absolutely love. It's an apple bourbon cake. I can't wait to try it tomorrow, and I will definitely send you my reviews on how tasty and delicious and moist it is. I can tell you something. I belong to a very foodie family. So if you think anything is coming recommended from this household, you can be pretty sure that all the ingredients are made from scratch. The best quality of chocolate is used. The texture is fine. It looks aesthetic. I mean, everything just has to be so for them to eat even one single bite. So if they're not sharing something with you, you know you got it right. But if they say, Aparna, here you can have a bite, you know you got it all wrong. So yeah.
Great. Thanks so much, Aparna. Thanks for doing this for us, for all your efforts in terms of setting up the table and in giving us the sneak peek from your home. It's been a lovely, very warm, Christmassy experience, and our viewers have loved it. We've got some great comments coming in, some great compliments for the look. And we'll definitely request you once again to share the details of all, the people you mentioned on the show so that we can tag them at the end. And if anyone's interested, they can reach out to you for styling their home as well as, getting a bite of those delicious goodies.